Mega. Welcome to another brand new Comic Crusaders special. That's right, it's special because we are bringing back the king of streaming, man. I mean, he is the movie whisperer himself, all right? He's killing at the game. He's bringing us some action. He's bringing us some bone-chilling terror, but he is also bringing some heartfelt Memorial Day military appreciation for our fellow soldiers that are serving, have served, and thank you all for doing that. Let me introduce the big boss himself from the land of Vizio and Watch Free, the one, the only Mr. Chris Woolsey. What up, baby? How you doing?
What is going on? My day just got 1,000% better now that I am here talking to you.
Yeah, but listen, man, I love when you come on, man, because we're spreading some goodness. We're spreading some freebies. A big shout out to Danny for tuning in. Thank you. You know, always one of the first. A big shout out to Danny Berry Sports Highlights. Be sure to check him out too. His channel on YouTube. All right. But thank you, brother. This is so much fun. I can't wait because we are in the middle of May. Well, past the middle, tad, but it's all right. Little late, but it's okay. You know why? Because it's a 3-day weekend coming, folks. So guess what? You're gonna be able to binge a whole bunch of free goodies this month. Let me tell you, my man is not playing. I got these babies up on the Comic Crusaders website. So there's a list for you. So let me ask you, because May might bring flowers, baby, but Vizio is bringing the frights. Chris, this horror lineup is not playing around. And let me add this, baby. Let's talk about this, baby. I mean, you're not playing this month.
No, we certainly are not. This might be the best horror lineup that we've had since I started working at Vizio and working with WatchFree+. There are so many good movies this month. I can't even begin to tell you.
Well, I can't imagine. I mean, there's so many. It's true, like House on the Street and all. For example, we got more. But which horror titles this month had made your own reflection feel suspicious, if you will?
Yes, that is for sure.
We have some fun. So we got Terrifier in this list. I know we got Leprechaun, right? We have Evil Dead 2. Not for you, right?
The Sam Raimi classic. Evil Dead 2.
The crazies, a remake of a classic. So talk to me here. What's the perfect snack when you're watching clowns and cursed gold and all this type of stuff on Vizio?
Boy, that's a great question. You know what? This month I've been enjoying a lot of Asian food, so I'm going to go with egg rolls. I'm going with egg rolls, which I think is
egg rolls and horror. Hey, baby, an ENH type of night. I am digging it. I'm digging it. Now, listen, we have an amazing list. Let's go down real quick, right? But we have The House of the Endless Street. We have Cabin in the Woods. We got The Grudge. Warm Body, Saw, classic. I mean, what an epic franchise. Leprechaun, another franchise. I mean, again, if you want to call that, it's had its
Jennifer Aniston. Did you even remember that Jennifer Aniston was in Leprechaun?
That's actually pretty crazy. Not until you send me this, and I really saw the poster, I said, wait a minute, really? She was? I didn't quite remember. When I did a look back, I said, oh, wow, crazy. So, yeah.
I did the same thing. When I was making this list, I literally went, man, the girl from Leprechaun looks so much like Jennifer Aniston. And then I went to IMDb, and I was like, moron. There's a reason why she looks a lot like Jennifer Aniston.
I love my Groundhouse movies. I can never say that.
Planet Terror. This is
a great movie.
So ridiculously over the top. Yep. Robert Rodriguez at his finest, just enjoying. You try to pigeonhole it and be like, well, it's kind of violent exploitation, it's kind of sexploitation, it's kind of black exploitation, it's everything exploitation. Like Robert Rodriguez just loves to exploit everything.
Yeah,
and he does.
And he exploited the horror on this too, man. Because listen, when you seen a lady with a machine gun as a leg, I think it's kind of horrific.
It's crazy.
But let me ask you, brother, out of this whole list, because again, you have such an amazing lineup. The Call, of course, Terrifier 2, Marco the Witch. Now, what horror flick on this list would you not recommend watching alone in the dark?
Man, that is a tough one. There are a lot I would not recommend watching in the dark. I'm gonna go with right here. I'm going with Terrifier.
You're going with no clowns at night for you, huh, Chris?
No clowns at all, ever. Not during the day, not at night. I live in a permanent no clown zone.
So I guess you didn't go to the circus as a young man, huh?
I did one time, and someone literally fell from the high wire and had to get rushed to the emergency room. And I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm out.
Wait a minute. You saw a live act. I'm sorry, Chris. No, you're scarred for life.
Scarred. And my children inherited that. My son had a preternatural, terrifying personal condition with Chuck E. Cheese. We couldn't even drive by a Chuck E. Cheese without him starting to panic. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. I would torture that kid for life. I hope I never meet him. Nah. Chuck E. Cheese kid. Oh no, yes. Anyway, now, Chris, do you think there's a sleeper hit amongst these horror bunch that fans will maybe rediscover? Because again, Vizio, WatchFree's, always stepping up the game and bringing back some unique flicks. Anything here on this list that you think that people are going to be, wait a minute, I didn't even know I should have been watching it like this?
I really think, like, if you haven't seen it, you have to watch Leprechaun. It is a classic. You know what though? Okay, I'm gonna say Evil Dead 2. Leprechaun is phenomenal. It started the franchise, but Evil Dead 2, I gotta give props where props are due. It is a sequel to Evil Dead 1, but it's really, if you really look at it, it's a reimagining of Evil Dead 1 because Sam Raimi finally got the money that he needed. I think they shot Evil Dead for like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like $45,000 or $50,000.
And even before that, Evil Dead, again, you would say that Evil Dead 2 is actually the third remake because the first one is Into the Woods, the student film he did.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm a Raimi and Evil Dead fan, bro.
Oh yeah. Have you read the Evil Dead Diary?
Oh my gosh, no, that I have not really.
It's so good. Go buy it today on Amazon. It is one of the funniest books. It's a miracle nobody was killed during the production of any of the trilogy because, especially with the first one, oh my gosh. I mean, they had no money and they were literally in a cabin in the middle of the woods. They lived in the top floor of the cabin and then filmed everything on the bottom floor. And they were there for it was supposed to be like a 21-day shoot. And I think they were there for like 3 months or some crazy
3 months? I would have murdered Sam.
Well, they wanted to, believe me. Yeah, it's a great book.
I was like, bro, you said. I don't want to be here no more. This is actually scaring me. Because again, look at this poster too. I remember seeing this in the subway stations as a kid in New York City. And I was like, I have to see this movie. But my parents, funnily enough, took me to Hell Night as a 5-year-old. And then we didn't go back to the movies ever again.
I'll bet they learned their lesson.
Yeah, so it's like, holy shit, like, I want to go. And they were like, no, thank God I had a cool aunt.
There you go.
Yeah, but folks, this is horror. This is Evil Dead 2, Leprechaun, Saw, Warm Bodies, one of those early zombie comedies that was actually pretty cool as well. It wasn't that bad. I think it was unique, a talking zombie, whatever. The Grudge, of course, the remake of a Japanese classic. I mean, you front Cabin in the Woods. I mean, this cabin has been in how many movies? This movie made me realize how many times this cabin has actually been in a fucking movie.
Yep. Chris Hemsworth's in this, by the way. Really fun, like terrifying.
And House at the End of the Street right here, again, a remake of a classic film. Absolutely.
Yep. And Jennifer Lawrence. Talk about a great cast. Elizabeth Shue.
Agreed. And not a bad remake either.
No, I agree.
It actually was pretty good. I mean, not many hit the mark, but I think when it comes to horror, we do happen to get the, hey, Big Lou, man, He goes, I couldn't stop laughing at the bike jump and Calvin in the. Oh man, bro, I feel you, Lou. I feel you.
You and me both, Lou. You and me both.
So listen, now we're gonna be jumping from some horror to some fire action because we've been talking stuff, man. Now we're gonna talk boom, boom, pow, baby. The action lineup is a summer blockbuster before summer even hits, bro. I mean, it is blasted. Yo, we got Triple Eki, we got we got Denzel, right? We got Vinny, we got my man Antonio over here, twice even. You feel me? Willis. Oh man, this guy, bro. Now, bro, you have an amazing lineup. This my little Nicky, or some Comedy Sentinel with our man over here. If you've seen 24th Street Kings, look at all these things. Lords of Dogtown. Well, I haven't seen that in a while. I gotta watch this again. Warrior, brother. Which of these action movies has the most rewind that scene moments, if you will?
I'm gonna go with Man on Fire. It is probably one of my top 10 action films of all time.
Oh,
Denzel Washington. I mean, you got the Scott connection there, directing. You've got Denzel. It is just
in his prime. We're talking about
in his prime. Yep. And he was not phoning this one in. It's just one of those great stories where, you know, there's a man with a certain set of skills who is called to do some unbelievably awful things to some unbelievably awful people. And it's a great movie. The character arc is beautiful. A guy going from thinking he has no reason to live to fighting for the only reason he knows. It's great. Highly recommended.
Lose heart to stop because of Heath Ledger. Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yo, 100, bro. Now, what star in this lineup though delivers the biggest punch, either literally or figuratively, if you will? Because I see we have something here. Because I'm a fight fan. I see this right here. Yo, wait a minute. For me, that would be like, we want to talk some punching and some story, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, if we're going literal punches, I'm going Warrior. Okay. It's spectacular. It's a great. For me, I love when sports movies have as much emphasis on the character as they do on the sport itself, and Warrior definitely did that. For me, it was the first movie that I was like, who is this Tom Hardy guy? Like, it made me sit up and take notice. I think it's phenomenal. But I have to say, Triple X, Vin Diesel, it is so ridiculously over the top. The stunts in this movie, it is a miracle everyone involved in this film was not dead by the end of the filming. I mean, they drive.
Really frozen, bro. He do Fast and the Furious, and he could survive that shit. I'm sure he could survive just about anything, bro.
It's true. It's true. It is. It is amazing. It is such a fun.
You're convincing Lou over here because he's like, Little Nicky is a fun movie too. Because he saw that on the list. He goes, wait a minute. Yes, Lou, you can watch all these movies for absolutely free on WatchFree+, a free app. You know, you go online, download it, wherever, bro. It is free, Papi.
Little Nicky has a special place in my heart just because I am such a gigantic fanboy of Adam Sandler. I got to meet him in person one time when I first moved to Hollywood.
He dressed in a suit? No, of course not. He never dresses up. That's what I love about this guy. He's so fucking humble.
I think he had like ripped jeans and a hockey jersey on when I met him. And he was at one of the swankiest restaurants in Hollywood. And I was with someone who was way more well connected than I was. And the guy went to go say hi to Adam because they knew each other. And Adam walked by my friend, came up to me because I was standing in the back. I didn't want to get in the way, and said, "I'm sorry, who are you?" And I said, "Oh, my name's Chris." He goes, "Chris, come here. Let me introduce you to everybody." And he introduced me to all 10 people at his table, even though he had no idea who I even was. And for
check
me,
it out. Pimpin'.
that just spoke volumes about his character.
Yes.
And in 25 years of working in Hollywood, I have never heard a bad word spoken about Adam Sandler. And I thought, well, that was the first impression I got, and nothing has changed that opinion.
You never hear his name in any Hollywood dirt. And that's actually a great thing. You know, he keeps his head down, does his work, puts out quality product, you know, fun stuff. And that's what it is. I mean, he's definitely, as an actor, grown on me, especially with that last one, that Jews movie he did. As the Jews, bro, what
Uncut Gems
performance, bro. Yeah, what a phenomenal performance from the big homie. But for real, all right, so now we're gonna be talking car chases, shootouts, or slow-mo hero landings this month. Like, what's the biggest emphasis on the action scene?
I'm gonna go with I would say shoot 'em ups, except for we've got the Mask of Zorro and the Legend of Zorro, which there are
we just slice them up.
Exactly. We've got a lot of duels, but it's not the traditional pistols at 50 paces. But
how did you feel when Antonio took on the mantle of El Zorro?
I was just talking to my wife about that yesterday. I have to think that had to take on. I mean, talk about a franchise that was beloved. I mean, it was beloved as literature, and then it was in the silent movie era, and then it was remade with Errol Flynn, like in the 30s, and then into the 50s with the serials. And so to bring this back again with such a beloved character had to be daunting. But I think Antonio Banderas was maybe the one guy on the planet that had enough machismo to pull this thing off, and the skills.
Well, all of a sudden, I'm seeing Antonio Banderas, with a toothpick in his mouth, flicking it at people.
Absolutely.
Oh, that much.
He is the Spanish version of Chayun Fat from Hard Boiled with that toothpick in his mouth. Yeah.
Oh man, I was thinking more Razor Ramon, but so is there a film in the mix that combines action with surprisingly deep storytelling that people should be aware of?
Let's see. Scroll through there for me.
We got the Triple X. We got Man on Fire. The Master.
We already talked about Man on Fire, which definitely does. I'm probably gonna go with, just because he's going through some issues right now, and we're all pulling for him. But I'm gonna go with Tears of the Sun from Bruce Willis. It's a great film. It's a really, really fantastic performance from him. Somebody once said, when Bruce Willis has hair, he's a movie star. When he's bald, he's a great actor. And he is bald as a cue ball in this particular movie, and he crushes it. It's really well written. It's got just great action sequences. And the story you actually are invested in his character. It's really good. I highly recommend it.
Now you made me think, is this why we will never probably see Jason Statham with a wig?
I hope not. I hope not. Because I love me some Jason Statham.
But we have an amazing month of action, but we also have, a big salute. My uncle served in the Korean War. He was in the Borinqueneers, the all Puerto Rican troop during the Korean War. May he rest in peace, you know what I mean? And thank you for your service, Theo. And all of you that have served, that are serving, thank you. But Vizio is definitely showing the love through WatchFree+ this month. Because this weekend, it is in fact that weekend we got to celebrate our heroes. We should be celebrating them every day, though. Not just one day.
Absolutely. My dad served during the Vietnam War, and
salute to your poppy, man, for real.
I appreciate that very much, Al. And I just have so much. When I'm around town with my kids, I always stop and thank veterans if they have their hat on marking their service. I always make it a point to stop and say thank you for your service. And the other day, some old fella, I said, "Thank you for your service, sir." And he turned around, he said, "Well, thank you for your appreciation." And that kind of just warmed my heart. And my son was like, "You weren't expecting that, were you?" And I was like, "No, I was not." But I just, I did not serve. I was not among those lucky enough by my own choices to defend our country and freedom around the world. And I just want the men and women who have made different decisions than I did to know how much I appreciate the freedom that they have helped to bring to me.
Absolutely. Much love to all. I mean, I wanted to serve in the Marines, but apparently something's wrong with my right foot. You have to be perfect. Like, what the hell is this? Like,
well, I have two left feet, so I'm pretty sure they would not have allowed me either.
Is that why I can't find a good pair of shoes? Let me stop. Anyway, let's get into this, baby. Let's get into it, because there's a big salute again to all the Braves. And WatchFree is definitely honoring the heroes this Memorial Day with some very powerful military films that definitely hit you in the heart. Now let's start digging into some of the titles. Like, the Hurt Locker, amazing. You got In Harm's Way, Lancaster Skies. I gotta watch this one. You're fucking me up here. I gotta see this. Emperor, yes. A Midnight Clear, yes. I'm a big military movie. I gotta see this one. I didn't see Airstrike. Oh, Battlefield Sao Paulo with my man Casper. Big salute to Casper. I interviewed Casper is so cool. And my father embarrassed me on air by farting on screen when I was interviewing Casper Van Dien.
Wow.
Even Casper said, "What was that noise?"
I had the group.
That was
unbelievable. I had the great pleasure to hang out with Casper Van Dien over Comic-Con a few years ago.
Oh, cool.
And I cannot tell you, next to Adam Sandler, I think Casper Van Dien gets the award for the coolest celebrity. You Al have got to meet him someday, because he doesn't come across like this on the screen. He's a huge nerd. Nerd.
Oh, I know. He showed me his talk. Listen, I'm out mega. I'm Comic Crusaders, baby. I take the geekiness out of everybody. And he geeked out with me. He had his lady on, which, is a Wonder Woman cosplayer. And they were telling me their romance, he basically liked it because she was like, hey, just like Wonder Woman shit. I wonder how you feel. Whereby, you dirty boy, Casper.
I forgot that's how you and I met. You and I met at the press junket for Casper for Salvage Marines.
Yes, Salvage Marines, baby. There we go. Look at that.
Full circle, man. Full circle.
Out Kevin Bacon. He's out Kevin Bacon, bro.
He really is. He really is. No, he and Jennifer are the loveliest couple.
Yes, they are. I agree. Battle of the Bulls, Winter War, Dauntless, the Battle for Midway, South Pacific, a classic. I mean, and a big shout out to our big Lou here. He goes, I appreciate all who served and still do, because I flipped a coin outside of the recruiting center and went to art school instead. So you know what? You still served, and you're serving us some greatness and some entertainment. So thank you, Lou, for your creative service, if you will.
That's
now,
right.
My brother, what inspired the curation, though, really, behind this year's Memorial Day, a slate of titles?
Sure. So we have a programming team that is just packed with the most brilliant people I have ever had the pleasure of working with, and they scour the media world to find all the hidden gems that they can. So, we'll often have several, big name titles with that you remember in the theaters, but then they will go and find those overlooked gems, and there are just a ton of them this month. I mean, there are so, if you look at the cast list for a lot of these films, I mean, Bruce Willis is in there. I mean, there's just Casper Van Dien. There's a ton.
We got C. Thomas Howard, Judd Nelson. Jeez, bro. Yeah, we have some actors here, bro.
It's like the Brat Pack war movie. Ethan Hawke is in A Midnight Clear. Kevin Dillon's in there. Gary Sinise is in there.
We got Tommy Lee.
Look at this.
I
mean, forget about it.
We have some of the greatest actors. Emil Hirsch.
Whoa,
bro. Anthony Mackie, Jeremy Renner. Look at this.
I just rewatched that yesterday. It holds up so incredibly well. And I just think Catherine Bigelow is just such a ridiculously talented director. She makes you feel like you're right in the middle of the action. Like you can almost taste the dust from the Middle East that they're working in. It's really rather amazing.
See, Lou said, I'm a small female. You're too funny. It's all right. You could be small. You know what? You could run between the enemy legs and shoot them in the back. That's all. So let me say, is there a balance of history and entertainment in this lineup based on the curation?
Yes, I would say that there is. There are some history movies that I've sat through that I was like, that was not that entertaining. I might have learned a lot, but I don't know how entertained I was. But with these, I mean, the Hurt Locker, I'm not going to spoil anything because I'm not that guy, but like, you are on the edge of your seat from the first scene with Guy Pearce, by the way. Guy Pearce is in this movie.
Guy Pearce, too? Yeah.
For like 5 minutes.
That's right,
and then something happens that I am not going to tell you about. You're just going to have to go watch it for yourself. But
no spoiler on with Woolsey.
No spoilers. Yep.
I dig it. Now, if someone really wanted to understand the meaning of service through cinema, which title should they start with this month? You know, because they're going to have a whole weekend, baby. So which one should they start with?
Yeah, you know what? I think I really liked, and this is a forgotten one, but A Midnight Clear. Not only is the cast phenomenal, but the story is really beautiful. So you've got this group of American soldiers during the Battle of the Bulge, which was... I know you know, but just for anybody that doesn't know, was one of the most brutal battles of the entire World War II. You know,
it sounds very fresh.
Yes, yeah, it does. But boy, everybody at this point, this was the last gasp from the Nazis before they surrendered, and they put everything they could into this battle. And you had this group of American soldiers who are in the middle of this awful, awful frozen wasteland. So it was basically blizzarding while this battle was going on, just miserable conditions. And they come upon a group of German soldiers who basically just want to be done with the war. And it really tells the story of two groups of people who are basically just humans and just want to survive and go home to see their families. Yes. And unfortunately, as so often was the case in war, it was just not the way the cards were gonna play out. But man, is it a great film. The performances are through the roof. And that was very, very early in all their careers. But you saw exactly why so many of the people in that cast were going to be huge stars, because they were idiotically talented.
I love this, folks. Listen, we could have gone through so much more, but this is the key thing, because it's a long weekend, you know, and most of you are going to stay home because money tight. So, you know what? Save your money on entertainment, because Vizio WatchFree+ has got you locked. Free programming, dope free movies. Me and Chris have just gave you some dope action, some dope horror, and of course, some dope military appreciation titles for this month. I mean, listen, this is what it is. So I want you guys to check out the website, Vizio.com, WatchFree+. But guess what? You don't even just got to do that. Go visit the Play Store. Go visit the Apple Store. Download the apps. You know, get them free stuff. It's free on your TV.
That's the thing. So even if you don't have a Vizio TV, you just have to download the Vizio app. It's free from your favorite app store onto your favorite mobile device.
And again, you don't need a what? You don't need it, right?
You don't need a subscription because it's free, Mandy, free.
Oh my gosh. There we go, folks. Free entertainment at the palm of your hands right here. And if you guys got those cool glasses now that you can see stuff in, guess what? Download it onto that. Sit back, relax in your own world. Check out all these dope movies, military, action, horror. You see that the horror lineup is fire. And that was just a tease. That's just a small portion of actually what they have.
Oh my gosh. We have over 25,000 movies and TV shows.
Oh my God. Repeat that number.
Over 25,000 free movies and TV shows on WatchFree+.
Did you hear that? 25 racks, baby. Come on now. That's what you need. There's no way you could binge that on a weekend, folks. So make sure you download that app today. Go visit that website today. And listen, if you want to stay tuned to the shenanigans of my big homie, the king of streaming, all right, Mr. Chris Woolsey, please follow him on Twitter, or it is now called X, at I Dig Jesus. Wonderful spelling, and I dig it too. All right, so there we go. Chris, as always, thank you so much for your time and all. I can't wait to see what you guys coming up next month, because I already had a small tease of what you guys got coming up next month. And I can't wait to share that with our fellow Crusaders as to why they need to have this app in their lives. We're going to repeat this to you every month with all the new stuff. And if you don't have it, you're going to ask yourself, why the hell have I not downloaded this? So do it now. Then we're going to give it a rundown, and then we could have stuff to talk about. All right? Let's make it happen. That is
gosh, in June, we have so much good stuff coming. I can't even tell you. It is ridiculous.
Oh, I know. Again, you teased me with the horror already. And it's live on Comic Crusaders right now. All right? So, yeah, I posted that yesterday. I'll share that again for those that, how dare you miss it. Stay tuned to the Comic Crusaders website and the socials, because we're trying to keep you up on stuff, man, as the best of our ability, all right? So with that, thank you again, Mr. Woolsey. You rock. To my fellow Crusaders, to Lou out there, thank you for commenting and not being shy. You know what I mean? Look, even she said, yeah, she loved Guy, and it was just a very brief appearance in that comment, yeah. Yo, at least guys showed up like you did. Thank you so much, but your appearance wasn't brief, and I appreciate you. And every single Crusader out there, all of those that were lurking, I see you. I see the number. I see how many of you are out there, but don't be shy. I would love for you guys to comment. Give Chris that energy, and us, Lou, you rock again. Everybody, you know what it is. Get WatchFree+. It's free. Tune into Comic Crusaders, because guess what? That's also free. Where Papa que sepan, it's Omega. It's Mr. Woolsey. Hasta la próxima. Woo!